how does a brand shape their musical identity? So there are many different ways, and I think all brands do it a little bit different. But the important thing is to find one thing that you want to own. I always tell them to own either a moment, an emotion, or an activity. And it's important to be very specific because once you get to that specificity, what happens is that your identity can cut through all of the noise. Right? You can get to a point where you make an impact on somebody's life because you can give them great music for a specific thing, something. For instance, you could become the world's best curator for music for dinner parties, the world's best curator for music that people should sing when they're in the shower. Right? Those are specific examples, but it makes a brand relevant through music.
Is the emotion the strongest?
No, not necessarily. I think it just they have to make an impact, and it's a way that it has to be within the context of their brand, where their brand makes sense. If it is an emotional brand like Coca-Cola, who's all about happiness, then of course emotion makes sense, right? But if it's someone else, if it's usually other FMCG products are not emotional products, right? A shampoo brand is not an emotional product. But it can own that moment, like I said, that you're in the shower and you decide that you want to be the next great pop star and you want to sing in your shower. They should own that moment. How can small companies participate in this world and go up against a lot of big companies who have a much larger marketing budget? I think the beauty of a platform like Spotify is that it is truly democratic, that small or big companies have access to the exact same tools, the exact same music, and they can do the exact same things. So in fact, small companies are on effectively a level playing ground. Yes, they're not going to have the same budget to market, but if they identify where they can do well with music, if they figure out what their identity is and make it impactful, they can be just as influential as a big company with a huge marketing budget. I think there's a completely wide open world of what we can do with data. And I still think that we're learning about what kind of data that we ourselves have, that we have access to, that we can, pull together to make a really intelligent and smart experience. Our goal has always been at Spotify to make the music listening experience the best that it can possibly be. And I do think that data is a core part of it, because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people want to ask what great music sounds like, right? They want help in discovering great music. And for us to be able to do that properly, it's both a combination of human people that teach you or that tell you what great music sounds like, as well as data that is able to surface the music that you should be discovering. Okay. Music as a medium is incredibly social. In fact, I would argue that it is the most social medium. And the reason I can say that, or I can argue that, is because we know 50% of all social network activity across Twitter, Facebook, whatever else, is around music. It's about an artist, about a song, or about a concert. And so people constantly share and talk about music. So for any startup that is in the consumer web space that really wants to be social and participate in social conversations, they can't ignore music, because if they do, they're missing out on 50% of the conversation right from the very start. So that's certainly a question they should ask. If I want to participate in social conversation, how do I have music as part of the core mediums that I work with?
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Cool.